So first, Maverick Drinks, we would always say it's not just a distributor, we're actually leading the craft spirits movement in the UK. We think that it isn't just about transacting, it's about building relationships, building partnerships, and building this whole community around craft spirits. So our history, we were founded in September 2013 with 10 brands. We didn't really know what we were doing. We made every mistake you can possibly make, which I'm sure everybody here will also agree with. But still, nevertheless, at the end of our first year, we were awarded the IWSC Spirits Distributor of the Year, which there are not a lot of awards for distributors, but we were pretty pleased to win that one. And our first national partner realized that by selling craft spirits, they could make more money per bottle sold than selling more mainstream products. And they were losing on price with the larger grocers, and we convinced them to change their entire strategy to delist all of the mainstream products and introduce higher value, higher margin craft spirits brands. And that kind of became our mission, which was to help our partners reduce their reliance on mainstream brands and introduce higher quality, higher margin alternatives. And it kind of was born out of that partnership with Majestic Wines in the UK. 2016, we secured our third national partner. Someone actually emailed to hi@maverickdrinks.com and said, hey, we hear you're the people who do craft spirits. Would you mind having a chat with us? And when we realized that people were starting to know us as the craft spirits people, we doubled down on that, and we have put craft into all of our messaging everywhere we go so that we only serve to emphasize that point. And again, we won Distributor of the Year again. 2017, we launched a campaign to talk about the relationship between brands and bars and how that can be improved. And we called that our Forward Drinking campaign. Again, it became something we were known for in how we brought the community together to talk about craft spirits and how kind of the pay-to-play model works with bars. And then, we won Spirits Distributor of the Year again. 2018, we actually partnered with ZX Ventures. So this is all about how we've started to scale. We partnered with ZX Ventures, who are the disruptive growth division of AB InBev, the largest drinks company in the world, and the 26th largest company in the world in terms of consumer goods. So now 2019 is how do we scale everything we do? And we're right in that phase now. We're learning about it every day, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the things we do. But our vision has always been to replace mainstream with craft, full stop. If we see mainstream spirits that we don't think are the best experience a guest could have, well, we think we can do better. And I'm lucky to have tried all of their products, and I know how wonderful they all are. So I know that they join me in that mission. And I thought I'd just quickly touch on what craft means to us. So we talk about craftsmanship, authenticity, quality, provenance, founder. There goes those animations. And the things we leave out are two very important things that actually most people attribute to craft spirits. Independence. We think just because you are independent doesn't make you more or less craft. And scale. We don't think because you're small makes you more craft or because you've scaled up. And we're not in the business of keeping any of the brands that we represent deliberately small just to keep them craft. We want to see every brand we represent be successful. So to that end, craft can scale. We really believe
Absolutely.
It is part and parcel to every one of our values that we are there to scale up craft, not to keep it small. And I think that is, it'll be interesting to hear some of the perspectives from you all. And when I've got a question I'm going to ask, that's basically the first one. And there are many different ways to scale your brand. So some through export, some through investment, some through other partnerships. And again, I think we can explore that from how you each approach that as you've started to scale up your brands. But also, scaling up means different things to different people. So I can tell you firsthand, scaling up to what we were doing in 2018 means a very different thing to what scaling up looks like in terms of being part of ZX Ventures and their growth ambitions for our business. It's a lot bigger. So, but we have a lot more resources to do it. So we've tried to find that balance as to how do we use those resources to best effect to scale up that to our full potential. And last, I'd say being flexible as you scale, because we've certainly had to be a bit more introspective about What are the processes in place that we've held on to? What are the values we've had in place? Do those still make sense as we try and scale things? So some of the things we've done is we've scaled craft, and we'll talk a little bit about the value we've created, some of the innovations we've done, collaborations we're looking at, and how we've tried to disrupt in terms of distribution. For starters, as we started making more of things, we lowered the price. So this is an article we had about some gins that we produce within our own business. Adds 40% liquid to 10 of its gins. We raised the bottle volume from 50 cl to 70 cl, and we dropped the price by 40%. And that was purely because we had scale. We were able to buy more raw ingredients. We were able to buy more bottles. We were able to produce more products and pass that on to the consumer. And similarly, from Drinks International, increases bottle sizes for free, which I love that title. And it really, as we're able to deliver more value, we started looking back at more of our brands. Did we even price things correctly in the first place? Well, we're a different business now than we were 2 years ago, and it requires us to be flexible and start to think about those things about our business. But that doesn't mean that craft has to be small. We haven't slowed down innovation. This is broadly what our innovation pipeline looks like. So there's a few products we're making, but we see innovation as key to our scale. Just like somebody who'd be investing in a wide variety of brands, we're going to make a bunch of things, and we're going to distribute a lot of other things that we don't make. And across those, we don't know exactly what's going to be the success, but we're willing to try lots of different things. So by trying new brands that we import and distribute, and also brands that we create in-house, we're going to find winners, hopefully. Time will tell. And lastly, collaboration. So this is, again, a brand that we did, but we've collaborated both with brands we distribute, brands we just like, and partner bar brands. So we've actually created, you can see the Panda there is a bar for a gin, specifically for a bar in Edinburgh called Panda and Sons. But we've also done one with a distillery in the United States. We've done one for a bar in London. We just think collaboration helps us build our community. As we scale, we're not losing that touch with our individual bars or the brands we distribute, or just the wider brand community who want to be involved in this project. There's a lot of them. And lastly, we're not sitting on our laurels here in terms of distribution either. We found that in the UK, there's a bottleneck in terms of, and similar to the US, where we need to find someone who will distribute the product to the bars. We don't have the trucks. We sell to what we would call wholesalers. In the US, it's a distributor. But there's no real reason why we couldn't sell direct, except to maybe piss off the wholesalers or something like that. But the wholesalers, the volume of product coming to market, just like in the US and just like in the UK, there's too many products for wholesalers and distributors to take on everything. And so when we have the flexibility to actually sell directly to bars, why shouldn't we do that? Because then we can go to the wholesaler and say, these are proven products. We've now been selling them for however long they're proven. And so this is a model we're launching in the new year, so we can actually start selling directly to bars ourselves and proving these products before we start scaling them up.